Sports bettors, you need to download Sharps, the better social network. With Sharps mobile app, you can tailor your friends' bets with one click. See a bet you like? Just click the whale tail icon and boom, it will open in your corresponding sportsbook. Sharps securely connects to major sportsbooks like FanDuel, MGM, Caesars, and more. So you can not only track your bets, but share your bets in creative ways. So gather the gens, download Sharps for free, and join our fast-growing sports betting community. Sports bettors, you need to download Sharps, the better social network. With Sharps mobile app, you can tailor your friends' bets with one click. See a bet you like? Just click the whale tail icon and boom, it will open in your corresponding sportsbook. Sharps securely connects to major sportsbooks like FanDuel, MGM, Caesars, and more. So you can not only track your bets, but share your bets in creative ways. So gather the gens, download Sharps for free, and join our fast-growing sports betting community. Sports bettors, you need to download Sharps, the better social network. With Sharps mobile app, you can tailor your friends' bets with one.
Number 6. Jordan. Open. Chicago with the lead.
Minute remaining. And they're putting Curry in the pick and roll, trying to get him on Irving. Irving and Curry, one-on-one. Irving puts it up. It's good. Kyrie Irving from downtown.
We're sending it in, Jerome. That's for damn sure.
Yes. What is up, everybody? Welcome to Taproom Sports Podcast. I'm your host, Jordan. Stacks on stacks on stacks. Let's join with my guy, Mr. Big Ballin', Ben Larson.
Yes, sir.
So, Benjamin, how you doing this weekend?
Doing good, man. Enjoying the long weekend.
Of course you are.
Been just more fucking getting this house ready to go, but
Nice.
we're close. We're close to as much as we can do. Like right now, I've got one more fucking door I'm gonna put on in 2 hours, and then I think that's pretty much it. I've been fucking painting all goddamn weekend.
Yep. Nice.
It's gonna
man.
be good beer right now. How you doing?
Oh, I'm great, man. Had a great fucking weekend. College football, LSU tonight, not so good. But you win some, you lose some, you move on, and you learn, and that's the biggest thing, dude. If you don't learn from your mistakes, then that's what sucks. And AK and I were both high on LSU coming into the season, but man, and the reason why we were high on them is because they're a young team. And they returned basically everyone this year. And Jaden Daniels looked really great last year. He comes into this season. But, man, that defense is atrocious, and the wide receivers can't catch. So it's going to be an interesting year for LSU, man. Very interesting year. And, shouts out to Florida State. They played an incredible second half, absolutely fucking dominated. So, yeah, man, it was a shitty close of the weekend. But nonetheless, profitable, and that's always a beautiful thing, man. And we cashed Oregon State squad ride, so shout out to that. But yeah, I'm excited to be here, excited to talk some Major League Baseball, excited to talk just a lot of sports, man, and excited is the best word. Before we get to our beer, I do have to mention we have a new partnership with an app called Sharps, SHARPZ. You can download it on your Apple Store, Google Store, however else. Android Store? Is it Android Google Store, right?
Yeah, sure.
I've never had it. I don't know.
Yeah.
But you can download it there. It's a great app that you could track your bets. You can also attach your daily fantasy. So if you use Underdog Fantasy or Prize Picks, you can also attach that to your Sharps account. And the great thing about it is you can track your bets to know, what you're doing well in, what you're doing bad in. And if you want to be a profitable bettor in the long run, I do suggest getting an app like Sharps. There is some states where Sharps doesn't actually work because you can't attach your sports books to it. But nonetheless, it's a great app. I suggest everybody go download it, use it. Use promo code JORD, JORD517 when you sign up. All of us will have our own promo code eventually once they all get going. But very excited to be working with Sharps, man. Was on the phone with Josh, the owner, the other day, and just really, really pumped up for what we can do, man. So shout out to Sharps, and very excited for this partnership, man. So with that being said, Ben, What are you sipping on?
This is one that I saw and had on the podcast a couple weeks ago. So it is a repeat night. Again, been busy all weekend, so I did not get out to the store. But this is Sierra Nevada's Oktoberfest Fest beer. So great beer. It's in collaboration with Kierwalder Brewery,
Nice.
which is overseas. It's a great one that they've done. To be honest, I think it's my favorite Oktoberfest that Sierra Nevada has done. So
Oh wow.
I'm gonna keep buying this. If you see it in stores, make sure to get it. It is at every single store that sells Sierra Nevadas, which is the great part of it. It's good. It's very good. So yeah, and then I forgot my glass in the kitchen, so I'm going with the can today. What are you drinking?
I'm I got a special one. This is who makes this one? This is from Jackalope Brewing Company, Ben.
Ooh, we've had Jackalope a couple times before.
Yeah, they're from Nashville. This is the Mutiny on the Bounty Hazy IPA. So yeah, man, it's a hazy IPA. I love IPAs. I love hazy IPAs. So I'm excited for this one. What's that?
What percentage is it?
7%. Like your typical
Okay.
hazy IPA.
Yeah, it's a little high.
Nah, 7's like perfect, dude.
It's a little high. Just a little high for your average IPA. That's all it is.
Yeah.
Usually you're in that, 6.5 to 6.8 area.
Fair enough. Ben, have you been paying attention to any of the U.S. Open?
The what?
The U.S. Open for tennis?
Huh? No, I haven't been paying any attention to the U.S. Open. I've been playing tennis, but I have not been actually paying attention to that.
Man, I mean, recently, like the last month, since Wimbledon, I've gotten into tennis, and man, I've been like really like hooked on the U.S. Open, man. Like I sat here on Wednesday and I watched I watched a couple matches. I watched the entire Isner match with Ben, or who did he face on that match? Isner and god damn. It wasn't Ben Shelton, it was another American. Anyways, John Isner is his last U.S. Open. He's retiring. But man, the U.S. tennis, dude, we got some good young talent.
Oh yeah,
This kid Ben Shelton, 20 years old from Atlanta,
he just won again today.
bro.
Versus the number 14.
Versus Tommy Paul, who's one of the best Americans. Dude, Tommy Paul's only like 27. Dude, Ben Shelton's serving like 141 miles an hour, dude.
That's insane.
How the fuck are you supposed to return that, dude?
Insane. Yeah.
It's like, me and Justin were talking earlier. Justin's really into tennis, and he was like, man, when Ben Shelton, like when he figures out like really how to return serves and stuff, he's gonna be dangerous, man. Mm-hmm. And I was like, bro, you don't even need to really return. You just need to break serve. You need to break point like one time in a match if you can hold your serve all game.
Yep.
But
especially with it that powerful. So
yeah, man, just there's been some incredible and going back to Tommy Paul. The other day, Tommy Paul was down 2-0 and came back and won in 5 sets. So he won 3 straight sets. I mean, just incredible work by Tommy Paul. And then also this guy Tiafoe, he's 25 years old. He's from Baltimore. 10th ranked tennis player in the world. He's moving on too. So we got 3 Americans, because I think Fritz won today too. So we got 3 Americans in the quarterfinals right now, which is fucking awesome, dude. And big time for tennis. Obviously Carlos Alcaraz and Novak Djokovic are the world class of the world, but AK and I were talking over during Wimbledon, and I was like, man, I just feel like no one's gonna be able to beat Alcaraz for like fucking 15 years. Like it's his to go, but I don't know, man. This kid Ben Shelton, he's nice, dude.
He's gonna put a run in there.
Yeah, he might have something.
Maybe not this year, but give it another year or two. Just being
this far and like beating the guys that he's beat, I think it gives him a lot of confidence going forward, man.
Yeah.
So It's gonna be awesome. But for those that don't watch the U.S. Open or watch tennis, I highly suggest it, dude. It's actually a very fascinating sport. It's actually very engaging. It's interesting to watch. It's fun to watch, and especially like this high level, like the shots that these guys make is just fucking incredible, dude.
Yeah.
So that's my rant about tennis. And I'm surprised you don't watch any of it, Ben, because you like tennis.
Yeah, I just haven't watched it. I don't have YouTube TV right now, so that's
The best thing about the U.S. Open is like you can just put it on your phone. It's on ESPN Plus.
Oh, okay. That I haven't been watching, so.
Like when I'm at work, dude, I'm just like sitting there and I just have it on the screen and just watching it every now and then, especially because there's nothing on during the day usually, and that's on. Anyways, got a lot to talk about, Benjamin. Definitely want to talk some college football. I know, Ben's not really big into college football. Obviously, Irv's not on, so it kind of eliminates a lot. But, real quickly, I just want to go over some of my thoughts about week 0 and week 1, which I tweeted out yesterday too. First of all, there's going to be a lot of overreaction to this first week. And we saw it with like the Colorado game. Colorado, 21-point dogs, come out and they beat TCU at home. And then now you're going to see a lot of overreaction in the next week where Colorado's facing Nebraska. So circa open Colorado -5. It got bet down to 2. So a lot of sharp money coming in on Nebraska. I suspect the public money is going to push that up a little bit more to maybe probably close like 3.5. But my point is that don't look at teams this week. For example, Texas Tech is another one. Texas Tech lost outright to Wyoming in Laramie. Laramie is a very difficult place to play. Also, Texas Tech faces Oregon this week. So they got caught in a look-ahead spot, right? So my point is don't look at a team from last week and say, oh my God, this team fucking lost to this team and they look like shit, and just fade them the next week, because that's a recipe for disaster. Recency bias is the worst thing ever, right? And, that's not to say that every team, you look at, let's say LSU, for example, you're down on LSU. You're like, man, they look like shit this week. You fade them next week. I'm not saying LSU's going to automatically cover next week or they're going to win. I'm just saying in the big grand picture of everything, if you use recency bias, if you overly use it, you're going to end up losing and you're going to be a losing better.
Yeah.
So,
well, especially with the fluctuation of the of the schedules. I mean, they're going to Grambling State next week.
Who?
LSU.
Yeah, so it's a get right spot.
Exactly. Grambling State, or Grambling, then Mississippi State and Arkansas, all three, teams that are unranked. And you start with Florida State, a top 10 ranked team. Like that's a difficult way to start your season off. Then you've got, Ole Miss 22 right now. Who knows where they'll be? You've got Alabama, who's always going to be up at the top, and then Texas A&M. When is that?
Well,
in November, that's
another good team. I'll say this much, Ben, about LSU. I was very high on them coming into the year, and now I think I was overly high on them. So, like, I need to adjust how I thought about them accordingly. Yeah. And that doesn't mean that I'm like, oh, man, this team's just absolute dog shit. But they do have some serious fucking problems. Their wide receivers can't catch.
Yeah.
Now, on a week-to-week basis, I expect that to kind of regress to the mean. Like, I don't expect those dudes to drop as many passes as they did this week. But their defense looked really fucking bad, dude.
Mm-hmm.
And that is an area of concern, right?
Yeah.
With, like, a team like Texas Tech, like, Wyoming was my best bet this week. The reason why is because Laramie is a very tough place to play. Wyoming always has a great defense under Craig Bull. And Texas Tech has Oregon at home next week. So I knew they were looking ahead to Oregon, dude. And they definitely got caught. So I'm excited, very excited about this college football season. We've been doing pretty good. Wild week 1, though. Week 1's always kind of wild, dude, to be honest. Because we don't know any, like, we study, we do as much work as possible, right? But we don't really know, you know, because there's no preseason.
Know how prepared these teams are going to be. how much practice they've actually gotten behind them. Teams that play San Jose State versus a team that plays Florida State.
Yeah.
It's
San Jose State's gonna be good. San Jose State played two tough teams, dude. They started off with USC and Oregon State, dude. That's tough.
Yeah.
Shout out to the Spartans, by the way. The renovation in the stadium looks fucking awesome, dude.
Agreed. Yeah, definitely got to go get to one of those games.
It's about time.
Yeah.
And what is it? AK keeps texting me. Anyways, AK, man, this dude make me work for him right now. But I'm excited for the rest of the college football season, man. Like, I'm very excited. I think it's pretty wide open this year. I don't think there's really a team that is like gonna just run away with everything. I think there's like 6 to 8 teams that could possibly be in the mix, so I'm very excited for that. But yeah, man, I'm excited for college football. But let's talk about some baseball, Ben, because we're in the last month of the MLB season. I'm disappointed Irv's not on the show, and he probably missed the show for this very fucking reason, is because the Braves and Dodgers met this weekend, 4-game series, right?
Yep.
And the Braves, I mean, game 1, the Braves go up like 6-1. The Dodgers battle all the way back, dude, and make it a game, and then they lose. After that, man, the Dodgers really struggled to score runs. Like, they could not hit with runners in scoring position. It was a tough weekend for them. And so after this series, in your opinion, like, is it just the Braves and then a fucking massive gap, and then kind of the Dodgers and Orioles, or like what's your thoughts as we head into the last month of the season as to kind of where these teams are?
Yeah, I mean, it's tough. Yeah, no, I think you're right. I was going to say it's tough to go across AL NL, but you really are looking at the Braves being such a stronger team than anybody in the AL, even at the top of the series, top of the divisions. You look at the AL West, Seattle and Texas at the top. I mean, Houston even. The way that these 3 teams are playing, they're nowhere close to Atlanta, both offensively and defensively. The AL Central, they're going to be done quick. I don't think either of these teams have a shot at going deep. And then you look at Baltimore and Tampa Bay. Like, Baltimore is probably the closest in the AL, but even then, I just don't think that they have the depth that the Braves have yet. I think Baltimore is getting there. I think that they have a great team, but they're just such a young team, and I think that could cause some problems in the in the playoffs there. LA is the closest to them. But we saw this week, minus that win today, the Braves are just in a whole different league than every single other, every other team here. The Phillies, the Brewers, the Cubs, the Giants, the Diamondbacks, like the Marlins, nobody's even close.
Yeah, I mean, I agree with that. I just think from the standpoint of the regular season compared to the postseason, like, we see this all the time where the best regular season team doesn't win the World Series, right?
Yeah.
And I've been very adamant with Irv and other Dodger fans that, like, I don't think the Dodgers are a postseason team. Like, I wouldn't be shocked if the Dodgers don't make it out of the first round. It would not shock me at all. Now, the Braves, I think, are better than that because they have better starting pitching and they have a great bullpen, right? And they have the best offense in baseball. So you combine all 3 of those things, it's a great team, obviously.
Yeah.
But with that being said, I just, like, it's tough for me, like, to sit here and be like, oh yeah, I'm gonna bet the Braves to win the World Series at even money. You know what I mean? Yeah. Like, it's no sense. There's no value to me because anything can happen once we get into the playoffs. But I definitely, after this series, I'm more confident in my opinion of the Dodgers than I am of any other team. Like, I think the Dodgers are a good team, dude. Mookie and Freddie Freeman are two of the best players in baseball.
Absolutely.
But aside from those guys, that team is average at best.
Yep.
And they don't have good starting pitching. Their bullpen is good. Like, they have good high leverage guys. But it's like
great.
Yeah, it's like Saturday night, dude. They get into extra innings. They put Vesey in. Once they put Vesey in, I was like, this game's fucking over, dude. Like, there's no fucking way he's going to get out of this without fucking allowing 2 to 3 runs. Gives up a 3-1 fucking home run, dude. And they lose the game in extra innings. So I just think the Dodgers have like a lot of flaws, and they're always a great regular season team. And credit to Dave Roberts. He's one of the best managers in baseball, in my opinion. But there's playoff teams. There's teams that are built to win in October, and there's teams that are built to win throughout the regular season.
Yeah.
And that is the Dodgers, in my opinion. They're built to win the regular season. Last year, they won 111 games, Ben, and they lost in the first round of the fucking Padres.
Yep.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And, like, I wouldn't be shocked if the same thing happened this year because, like, I keep asking people, who do the Dodgers have a better rotation than in the playoffs?
Giants.
Yeah, but I would take Logan Webb over any of their starters.
Yeah, but then the depth, after Logan Webb, then
Yeah, but Ben, they throw these bullpen games and they always work. But yeah, the Giants probably won't even make the playoffs though, to be honest.
At this point, I don't know. Yeah, that was something that I was hoping that we'd go over is these 4 teams in the NL that
we're gonna talk about them for sure.
Yeah, that are right there. Look at their schedules, see what's up on them, and we've got 3 teams in the AL, 4 teams in the NL that all have a chance for that.
I think Ben. I think there's I don't think you can count the Padres out. I keep saying the Padres are done, but then they like find themselves right back in it, dude. They're only 5.5 back.
Yeah, 5.5 back with 30 games.
Dude, I watched the Giants win a division in 2010, down 7 games with a week to play.
5.5 back. It's too late.
It's a lot, but dude, the Giants are there. I'm pretty sure they play the Diamondbacks and the Giants still.
Yeah.
The Diamondbacks can't beat good teams, dude. Like, their youth is kind of showing out. And then it's like the Marlins, dude. Like, they can't hit. They might as well. You could throw them a softball and they can't fucking hit it.
Yeah. Who'd they play this weekend?
The Nationals. And the Nationals are like, they're hella banged up right now, dude. They're kind of reeling with injuries, dude. So,
yeah. They go into the Dodgers this week, so that's gonna be a tough spot right there.
Who?
Marlins.
Yeah. But the Dodgers play them in Miami, right?
Yes, in Miami.
The only thing I like about the Marlins is Skip Schumacher's their manager, and like I don't think he's gonna allow them to quit, or they won't quit playing for him. But still, it's like you look at the NL wild card. It's like Arizona, Miami, San Francisco, Cincy are all kind of right there.
Yep.
But then San Diego's only 5.5 back, dude.
Yeah, but you're talking about 4 teams that have to basically shit the bed.
But I mean,
for
like
that one spot.
Yeah, but
for San Diego to get it.
I mean,
if it was one team, if it was 2, maybe. But you're talking 4 teams that have to play.
Yeah, that's
bad baseball.
That's a good point. I'm not saying like what are the odds of San Diego making the playoffs? Probably like less than 7%.
San Diego making the playoffs 1.8%.
Yeah, less than 7%, 1.8%. So I mean, it's very
less than 7%.
It's unlikely, dude. It's very unlikely. I'm just saying, like, I would
not put a dime on that.
No, I wouldn't either. But it's like every time I try to like just say, all right, the Padres are absolutely done. They like win it. They go on like a 3-game win streak because they can't win 4 in a row. So we know they're gonna lose their next game. They haven't won 4 in a row all year.
Yeah.
That's their problem is they just can't string together fucking wins. But I don't know, dude. Like the Diamondbacks, they can't beat good teams, dude. Like they cannot win series against good teams. The Giants, it's like every time I think the Giants are gonna get back on track, it's like they fucking go to San Diego and lose 3 in a row.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. Like,
well, let's look at what's left because we've got 4 teams here all tied for that. Last just one position or 2. one spot.
Yeah.
So we've got Miami, and they have 3 against the Dodgers, 3 against the Phillies, 3 against the Pirates. Then you've got 3 against Atlanta, 7 against Milwaukee, 6 against New York Mets.
Yep.
That's not an easy schedule. You go to San Francisco. San Francisco has 3 against Chicago, the Cubbies, 3 against Cleveland, 2 against Arizona, 7 against Colorado, and 7 against LA. Oh, and 3 against San Diego.
Very interesting.
That 7 against LA is tough. You look at Arizona, and you've got 3 against the Rockies, 3 against the Yankees, 3 against the White Sox, 3 against Houston, 2 against San Francisco, and 7 against Chicago. Cincy, 3 against Seattle. Yeah, 3 against Seattle, 6 against St. Louis, 3 against Detroit, 3 against the Mets, 3 against Minnesota, 3 against Pittsburgh, 2 against Cleveland.
Interesting. I mean, as far as easy schedules go, I mean, I just don't think anyone in the NL West really has an easy schedule remaining. Yeah. Who'd you say the Reds have left?
The Reds, 3 against Seattle, 6 against St. Louis, 3 against Detroit, 3 against the Mets, 3 against Minnesota, and 3 against Pittsburgh, 2 against Cleveland.
I mean, dude, like, the thing with, so, like, the Tigers, they're young, so they're going to continue to play hard. The Cardinals, like, yeah, they've kind of given up, dude. They're kind of packed in. The Mets continue to play hard, even though they're kind of more veteran laden, but, you know, they got
Seattle's going for that division.
Seattle, obviously, playing well, but they're kind of, offense is kind of regressing to the mean again. But yeah, I mean, like, since he probably has the easiest schedule remaining, how many games does Miami have against Atlanta? Because they can't beat Atlanta.
Miami only has 3 games against Atlanta.
Who else do they play? They play the Dodgers.
Dodgers 3 times, Phillies 3 times, Milwaukee 7 times.
All right, so we can basically cancel Miami because they got a tough schedule.
Yeah.
They probably got the hardest schedule.
Yeah, and then I'd put.
But this is one thing to look for, Ben. Is like Miami has a very tough schedule, right? Yeah. If they weather that storm and they get through that and they get hot, that's a team to look for in the playoffs, dude.
But they got to do it.
But the one thing about Miami, dude, is like they have a great starting rotation. And Sandy Alcantara, he looks back. He's looked a lot better lately. Yeah, Braxton Garrett,
ice cold though.
Yeah, that's the thing is like they just like they can't hit, dude.
All of these teams have flaws.
Yeah. Oh yeah, for sure.
Major flaws. So
Arizona, I mean, Zach Gallen is like, I don't know what the fuck happened to Zach Gallen, dude.
Yeah.
He has absolutely fucking fallen back to earth, dude.
I'd say the Reds and the Giants have the easier schedule.
Can't trust the Giants. Though, talk about a team that can't hit. We can add the Giants in there.
Yeah. It's like even though they play the Dodgers 7 times.
I mean, if they get through, if they can win a handful of and the Giants always play the Dodgers tough.
Yeah.
You know, that's a team even if they're bad, they play them tough.
Yeah. If you can win 3 of those 7.
4. Gotta win 4 of those. Gotta win 4 of those.
Yeah, I don't.
Giants are playing with fire, Ben. And they got the Cubs coming up tomorrow, dude.
Yeah.
They're probably going to lose tomorrow to Justin Steele.
Yeah, it's Logan Webb. Oh, yeah, because Logan Webb doesn't get
into running run support.
Yeah.
And the Giants, they played San Diego today. They got to travel to Chicago, and then they play at 11 in the morning. PST.
Yeah, but today's game was early.
Yeah, they got done at what, 4 PST?
No, I think it's 1.
No, they played in San Diego, bro.
Didn't the game start at...
Yeah, they started at 1, but they got over at
it started
4
at 1.
PST.
I thought it started at like, what, 11 o'clock? 10:45? But no, it started at 1.
Yeah, so they... I mean, that's tough ask.
Oh, come on. It's not that tough to travel and play.
Bro, we think that as fans, but why is it that the Sunday night curse exists? Like, it literally is legit.
Well, because that game is always way late. This game ended at 4 o'clock.
Yeah, but even when the team travels in the same time zone, they like lose that Monday game if they play Monday. Cubs better. They're a better team. Justin Steele's a Cy Young candidate too.
Cubs destroyed Cincy today.
Yeah, they had to after they blew fucking 2 games in the late innings back to back, dude. Yeah. That's gonna be interesting. I like the Cubs tomorrow. I didn't put it on my card yet, but I do lean the Cubbies tomorrow. And Logan Webb hasn't been good on the road either.
Mm-hmm.
And he hasn't been good in the second half of the season, regardless of where he's pitched. So that's gonna be interesting. Let's take a break real quick. We'll hop back in here and we'll talk to AL, and we'll talk a little bit more baseball, and we'll get some other things going. We'll be right back.
There we go.
You need to download Sharps, the better social network. With Sharps mobile app, you can tailor your friends' bets with one click. See a bet you like? Just click the whale tail icon and boom, it will open in your corresponding sportsbook. Sharps securely connects to major sportsbooks like FanDuel, MGM, Caesars, and more, so you can not only track your bets, but share your bets in creative ways. So gather the degens, download Sharps for free, and join our fast-growing sports betting community. Sports bettors, you need to download Sharps, the better social network. With Sharps mobile app, you can tailor your friends' bets with one click. See a bet you like? Just click the whale tail icon and boom, it will open in your corresponding sportsbook. Sharps securely connects to major sportsbooks like FanDuel, MGM, Caesars, and more, so you can not only track your bets, but share your bets in creative ways. So gather the degens, download Sharps for free, and join our fast-growing sports betting community. Sports bettors, you need to download Sharps, the better social network. With Sharps mobile app, you can tailor your friends' bets with one click. See a bet you like? Just click the whale tail icon and boom, it will open in your corresponding sportsbook. Sharps securely connects to major sportsbooks like FanDuel, MGM, Caesars, and more, so you can not only track your bets, but share your bets in creative ways. So gather the degens, download Sharps for free, and join our fast-growing sports betting community. Sports bettors, you need to download Sharps, the better social network. With Sharps mobile app, you can tailor your friends' bets with one click. See a bet you like? Just click the whale tail icon and boom, it will open in your corresponding sportsbook. Sharps securely connects to major sportsbooks like FanDuel, MGM, Caesars, and more, so you can not only track your bets, but share your bets in creative ways. So gather the degens, download Sharps for free, and join our fast-growing sports betting community. Sports bettors, you need to download Sharps, the better social network. With Sharps mobile app, you can tailor your friends' bets with one click. See a bet you like? Just click the whale tail icon and boom, it will open in your
We're back. We are back. Shout out to Sharps. Make sure to download the app. Use promo code JORD517. Track your bets. I'm telling y'all, if you want to be better bettors, track your bets. Know what you're good at. Know what you suck at. Know where you need to work. We're not perfect. Nobody is. It's us against the books. So we all just out there trying to win, man. We out there trying to win, Ben.
There we go. All day, every day.
All day, every day. So let's move over to the AL. So, well, before we move over to the AL, Ben, who do you think is going to who do you think the teams are going to be that are gonna win that are gonna be in the wild card at this point?
Oh, just lost my video there, huh? What happened there? There we go. Hello. So I am going to go. I think the Phillies and the Cubs. I think they stay in this position here, and then I'm gonna go. I mean, I think I have to go with San Francisco. I think Miami's schedule's too difficult. I think Arizona is still on that downward slide. I mean, so are the Giants, but I think San Francisco's schedule is a little bit easier than Arizona's, and Cincy I think is just too young.
So you're going Philly, Chicago,
San Francisco
Giants. All right.
out in the first round.
I'm gonna go Philly, Chicago, Miami. I'll take the Marlins.
Yeah, that's I.
They have the toughest schedule, but I think they're gonna.
They do have the toughest schedule. I think
they're gonna battle through it. I also have Miami at a pretty good price to win the National League, so I just need him to get in the playoffs, so it has a chance. So I'm hoping a little there. All right, let's move over to the AL. So Baltimore, Seattle, Minnesota all lead the division. And then the wild card, we have Tampa, Texas, Houston. Houston coming off a sweep of getting swept by the Yankees at home, by the way.
Yeah.
Texas has not looked good. They avoided the sweep against Minnesota today on a walk-off home run by Adolis Garcia. Toronto, game and a half back. And then I think Boston and everyone else is kind of out. But Cleveland does kind of have an outside shot to win the Central, which is an interesting team.
Yeah, how far back are they on the Central?
5 games.
Okay. I still think that's too much.
I mean, dude, the way the Twins play, like, the Twins are a fascinating team. Plus, they have a 3-game set against them this week.
Yeah.
Last time they played, they won 2 out of 3 against them. If they take another 2 out of 3, then they move within 3 games, and that kind of changes everything.
Mm-hmm.
And the Guardians, one thing that we know about the Guardians, Terry Francona is one of the best managers in all of baseball. We know that.
Yeah.
And they picked up everybody off the waiver wire. They picked up Lucas Giolito. They picked up Reynaldo Lopez. I mean, them and the Reds just like swooped everybody that everyone put on the waiver wire.
Yep. I mean, it was a good move.
Yeah, and I know Lucas Giolito wasn't good for the Angels, but I think being with Cleveland is good for him. Plus, Cleveland, like, they just seem to be good with starting pitching, so it's like, I don't know, that they just do well. So I'm interested to see how he's gonna play. Plus, he's very familiar with that division, right? Having pitched in Chicago. And the Guardians got Josh Naylor back too, which is huge.
Yeah.
Ramon Laureano's been great for them as well. I wouldn't count them out yet. I know it's like a long shot for them to win the division, but it's like I like the Twins, dude. I think the Twins are like, they have a great starting rotation. Pablo Lopez, Joe Ryan, Sonny Gray, Kenta Maeda. But their offense is so fucking home run dependent, dude. That it's like, if they're not hitting dingers, they don't score runs, bro.
Yeah.
And it's like today, dude, they have bases loaded, 1 out in the top of the 8th inning. And Carlos Correa goes up there and hits into like his 90th double play of the year. Like, I don't know, dude. It's hard to trust him. And I have a future on the Twins to win the World Series because of their pitching. Just hard to back them and trust them, dude.
Yeah. No, I agree. I definitely agree. The Guardians did everything right to win that division with their pickups, and I do think Giolito is I know he didn't do well in LA, but I don't think anybody wanted to be there.
I
I
don't
think
know.
that has a huge aspect in how his pitching was. He didn't get much support at all. He didn't do great work, supporting the team there. He didn't put himself in the great spots, but we do know in pressure, Giolito can be a good pitcher.
Well, I mean, he's proven in his career that he can be a great pitcher. I think the problem, I don't know what the issue was in Los Angeles. I think more of it probably had to do with pressure. You know, you get traded there and and he's from LA too. It's not like, that's another thing that I think people kind of forget about. And I don't know. Who knows, dude? The Angels are just a fucking mess, bro.
Yeah,
It's hard to fucking take any of that shit serious. But now he's in a situation where it's like he's playing for a contract next year, Ben, and it's like the Angels traded for you and waived you. Like, how embarrassing is that?
Yeah, you have to come back and play strong.
Yeah, especially if you want a contract. So he pitches tomorrow, against the Twins, and I actually like the Guardians tomorrow against the Twins. I think the Guardians are playing some great baseball. They just took 2 or 3 from Tampa.
Mm-hmm.
But as far as the wild card goes, is like it's hard to count out Toronto. They have too much talent, dude. They're kind of like the Padres of the East, where it's like we know they got this talent, except the difference between Toronto and the Padres is that Toronto's still there.
Yeah.
Like right there. And Texas is like, dude, they have definitely regressed back to the mean, dude. Like that bullpen sucks. The starters have definitely regressed, and the offense no longer is hitting 300 with runners in scoring position, which was never sustainable to begin with.
Yeah.
So I do think that Texas falls out of the playoffs, and I do think Toronto gets in there.
I don't think Toronto gets in there.
Bro, Toronto has a 3-game set with Oakland coming up. Texas has a series with Houston. Houston owns the Rangers. I think the Rangers have 2 wins against it.
Texas has 7 against Seattle too. 3 against the Angels, 3 against Oakland. Houston. Let's see. Houston has 6 against Kansas City, 3 against Oakland, 3 against Arizona, 3 against San Diego. I mean,
Houston has the easiest schedule.
Yeah. And then you've got, Toronto, 6 against Tampa Bay, 6 against New York.
Yeah, but Tampa's kind of fallen back to earth a little bit. Plus, they have so much injuries to the rotation, Ben.
But they find a way to win somehow.
Dude, they just lost 2 or 3 to the Guardians.
Yeah, but they're 7-10 in their last. They're 7-3 in their last 10.
Who did they play before they played the fucking Marlins?
They played. Hold on. Coming up.
They played the Marlins 2-game set. They should have lost the first game. They almost lost the second game. The Marlins just can't fucking hit for shit.
They won 2 of 3 against the Yankees. They won all of the games against the Rockies. 2 of 3 against the Angels.
Yeah, so they played a bunch of dog shit teams.
2 of 3 against the Guardians.
Those injuries are going to catch up to Tampa, and it's starting to, it seems like.
Yeah.
And Tampa's going to make the playoffs. They're too far ahead.
Yeah.
They could basically fucking have a losing record this month, and they're still going to make it.
Yeah, but are they going to keep Toronto out?
No, because I think I don't think it's them that won't. I think Texas is going to fall out. Who do the Rangers play the rest of the month?
The Rangers. Yeah, the Rangers. 3 against Houston, 3 against Oakland, 4 against Toronto, 3 against Cleveland, 3 against Boston, 7 against Seattle, and 3 against the Angels.
Yeah. Bye, Texas. That 4-game set against Toronto is huge. Massive. Where's that at?
Yep.
In Toronto or in Texas?
In Toronto.
Oh yeah. Sayonara, Texas Rangers.
Yeah.
Nice to know ya. Better luck next year. Yeah, give me Tampa, Houston, Toronto to make the playoffs. I honestly I think Houston actually ends up winning the division. Maybe.
I think Houston wins the division.
Yeah, I think Seattle's really good, but like, dude, Seattle's offense has been playing like so fucking insane, dude. Like, Seattle's offense the last month played like Toronto or Tampa the first month.
Yeah,
it's coming back to earth lately. I mean, dude, they just lost 2 out of 3 to the fucking Mets.
The Mets, yeah. Let's see, what's this Mariners schedule coming through? I think they got 6 against the A's though.
No, I think they only have 3 left against the
3
A's.
against the A's. So 3 against Cincinnati.
And the A's played them tough in the last series.
Yeah. Oh, they just played the A's. That's why. Okay. 3 against Cincinnati, 4 against Tampa Bay, 3 against Angels, 3 against the Dodgers, 3 against Oakland, 7 against Texas, and 3 against Houston.
Man, that last Houston series might be for the division, dude.
Yep.
I mean, I definitely think Seattle and Houston make the playoffs for sure.
Oh yeah, I give both of them. Wow. Okay, so Houston ends the season after that Seattle series against Arizona, while Seattle ends on a 4-game set against Texas. So Seattle's going to be playing their asses off.
Very interesting. Very interesting. Yeah, I don't know, dude. I think at the end of the day, Houston wins division.
Yeah.
We'll see though. We'll see what happens. So who do you have making the playoffs in the AL?
I have
obviously Baltimore is making the playoffs at this point. And then Seattle and Houston are probably making the playoffs.
I just lost my regular standings. Yeah, I have Baltimore, Seattle, and Houston. I have Minnesota. And then my other 2 wild cards, I'm gonna go with Tampa Bay and Texas. I still don't think the Blue Jays are getting there.
I'm going Baltimore, Seattle, Minnesota, but I'm not counting out the Guardians, dude. Not yet.
Yeah, I feel you on that.
And then I'm going Tampa, Houston, Toronto.
I just can't believe that division is so close. Well, not so close. 5 games back, but Cleveland's 10.5 games back in the wild card.
Yeah, the division fucking sucks, dude.
Yeah.
You know, Toronto would make the playoffs if you just took the 6 best teams.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's just how bad that division is, man.
It really is.
Shit, Boston and the Yankees would be ahead of Cleveland. And Boston would be tied with Minnesota. It's just an absolute fucking dog shit conference, dude.
Yeah.
Before we get to best bets, I do want to bring up or talk about FIBA real quick, Ben. So the Americans lose to Lithuania today, and I saw like a lot of fucking just nonsense on fucking Twitter, dude, about this is like the worst US team ever and blah 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 and all this shit. What's your thoughts on well, hold on, before I'll say mine first. So, you know, we talked about this before, is like the Americans, like, no matter what team they put over there, is the best team in the world, dude. Period. Yeah. There's no ifs, ands, and doubts about that. Is this one of the worst U.S. teams? Maybe. It's still a really good team, dude. But if you watch that Lithuania game, I mean, Lithuania played fucking, like, they played
lights out.
Lights. Yeah. Insane, dude. The best game they probably ever played as a country since they had Arvydas Sabonis.
Yeah.
And with that being said, it's like, you know, bro, teams lose games. Like, you know, any team can be had. And, like, yes, the world is catching up to the U.S. But at the end of the day, dude, the U.S. is so much better at basketball than every other country, dude. Mm-hmm. If Lithuania and the U.S. played 10 times, U.S. wins 9 of those games. Like, some of those shots Lithuania hit today were insane, dude.
Yeah.
They shot like 80% or 70% from 3 or something. 65 or 70% from 3. I don't have the number right in front of me, but they shot it crazy from 3. And it's like some of the discourse on Twitter especially, or the X, or whatever the fuck we want to call it now, is like, oh, this U.S. team sucks. Like, all these players suck, blah, blah, blah. That's not the case, dude. Lithuania just played a great game. You got to tip your cap to them.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
The days of, and I said this during the Redeem team in 2008 and the great FIBA team of 2010 and the Olympic team of 2012, the days of the U.S. winning every game by 40 plus, they're over, dude. Mm-hmm. Because of the influence of the U.S. basketball team starting in 92 in Barcelona. You know, that really propelled basketball on a world scale. And now the world is getting better. I mean, dude, the best players, the 2 best players in the NBA are not from America. Nikola Jokic and Giannis Antetokounmpo. Mm-hmm. Both of them are foreign players. Luka right behind them. Yeah. Regardless of where you want to put him. But the thing is like a majority of the best basketball players in the world are from America. So I just think people, again, with the overreactions and the recency bias and stuff, everyone wants to just say like, oh, this team sucks, blah, blah, blah. Bro, pump the brakes. The U.S. is still the best country in basketball. Same with women's soccer, dude. Look at women's soccer. Like, U.S. has dominated women's soccer for since we were alive, Ben. Yeah. And this is like the first World Cup where they like stunk. And it's like, dude, the rest of the world's catching up. They're putting resources into women's soccer now. We're not the only country that fucking dominates women's soccer.
Yeah. Well, and I mean, you also look at the team that is, you know, the U.S. team here. It's not the best, you know, American players in, you know, of their time. This is
well, that's part of the reason though why they built this team though, is because the best U.S. players right now are old.
Yeah.
You know, they're not.
These are definitely up and coming guys. But
once we get to the Olympics, though, in 2 years, Ben, like, you know, the Kevin Durant's gonna be like 38.
Yeah.
So it's like Steph Curry's gonna be what, 37. Like, these dudes are gonna be old.
Yeah, but I'd still put some of these, you know, 38, 37, 38-year-olds up over.
You gotta build for the future. And like Tyrese Halliburton is an up and coming star. Anthony Edwards is an up and coming star. Yeah. You know, a lot of these players are, dude. Jaren Jackson Jr.
playing out of his mind.
Who?
Bridges.
Yep. Michael Bridges has been great. Yeah. I mean, dude, we have a lot of good talent, dude.
Oh, agreed.
And they're definitely overreacting. Like, the guys we sent over there would be the best players on other teams.
Yeah.
That's how good our team is.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely.
But we're so used to like sending our fucking, you know, the Kobe's and the LeBrons of the world over there and KDs and stuff, and like, yeah, right now, dude, 2 best players in the NBA are not American. Yeah. So, you know, the days of us absolutely fucking dominating basketball are over, dude.
Yep.
We're still the best team, but we're not going to dominate like we once did.
Yeah.
I think people need to come to the understanding. And on the flip side, it's like, you know, sports we never have dominated, we're getting better at. Soccer, hockey.
Yeah. Well, I think that this is definitely also going to be a wake up call, for them that, hey, we can't just coast through this. Lithuania came out here and,
Well, the one thing I know about Steve Kerr, Ben, and you know this too, being a Warriors fan, is like he never allowed the team to buy into that shit that they were going to coast, dude.
yes, but that cements it in your head.
Yeah, and this is probably honestly this might be the best thing for them.
Oh, exactly. It kind of humbles them, that puts them into a position that they know that they have to work hard. They can't just play good basketball. They have to play great basketball. And it's tough when you get a bunch of players from all these different teams to come together and play as one, but you're representing your country, you're representing the NBA. You gotta come out and put your best foot forward and really communicate, plan, and put that work in at all levels. This isn't a coast. I know you can always have a coach put that out there saying this isn't coasting, these are good players, but it's up to the players to actually go out there and do it.
Facts. Absolute facts. It's interesting. It's gonna be interesting how the rest. Yeah, I still think they're gonna medal for sure.
Oh yeah.
I expect them to win. That's for damn sure. But yeah, man. All right, let's get some best bets, man.
Let's go, y'all.
Go ahead, go with yours. I am just pulling up my page right now.
All right, so I like the Guardians tomorrow plus $1.21. Lucas Giolito's on the mound again. Lucas Giolito just got cut by the Angels. He's on a contract year, so he's playing for a contract. I definitely think that he's going to bring it. And like I said, the Guardians have been playing very well. They just took 2 or 3 from the Rays. They lost today. They got Josh Naylor back. I expect them. They're going against Pablo Lopez, which Pablo is one of the best starters in baseball, but Pablo's a strikeout pitcher. The Guardians don't strike out a ton, so I like the Guardians here plus $1.21. I've already laid it in, so yeah, that's where I'm at with my best bet for tomorrow. I like a few other bets. I just haven't gone to the window yet, so follow me on Twitter. I might post them. I got my eye on a couple games tomorrow, but I've already fired Guardians plus $1.21.
Nice. Okay. So I've got 2 for tomorrow. I've got a parlay that we're gonna go with the top teams versus bottom teams, and we're gonna take Baltimore and Toronto. Baltimore is going up against the Angels, and Toronto is going up against Oakland. Both of these VIX are way too high to be doing money line, by themselves. So you put them together, you'll probably get around plus 100. So let's parlay those 2 together, and then I'm going to go with San Francisco and Chicago under. Tomorrow you've got Justin Steele and Logan Webb on the hill. So Giants don't like to give any support to Webb. Chicago's got Steele on the hill. I think that's a perfect storm for an under game.
Hell yeah. What's a wind like?
Let's see. Is it going to tell me? It does not tell me. It's an early game, so I'd imagine that the wind isn't going to be too crazy. I'm looking at game time weather for Chicago, Illinois. Let's see. Wrigley Field tomorrow. At game time is 80 degrees, sunny, southwestern winds at 17 miles an hour.
Southwest. So it's blowing in.
Yeah. So we should be good there. Definitely good to keep that under.
Nice. Yeah, I mean, 2 good pitchers, dude. You would definitely think the under's for sure gonna hit, even if the wind's blowing out. I found that books overly adjust to the wind, so you can actually get good value on the under once the wind's blowing out.
It's sitting at 9 too, which is pretty high in my opinion.
Yeah, it is pretty high. But man, what a show! Great show.
Yep.
Ben, have you been watching any shows on Netflix or anything?
I actually just watched a fun movie on Amazon Prime, the Woody Harrelson Champions movie, where he is the NBA or semi-professional coach and gets a DUI and has to coach special needs
What the
kids,
fuck?
young adults. That was funny as fuck, I do have to say.
Interesting.
Woody Harrelson Champions. But no, other than that,
there's a new show on
Bobby Flay or Bobby's Triple Threat.
What's that?
Bobby Flay cooking show.
Oh, I love cooking shows, dude.
Oh yeah, dude, Triple Threat from Bobby Flay.
I recently started delving back into like I started watching diners, drive-ins, and dives from like the very beginning.
I fucking hate him. I cannot stand him.
Oh, dude, that's such a great show though. I know guys tough. I know he's annoying but man, diners, drive-ins, and dives, dude, like, you know, he gave a lot of notice to a lot of small businesses, dude.
That's true.
And you got to give him credit for that. And some of the, like, I went back and started watching it from the beginning, like back when we were in high school, like 2004, I think it started in man, it's just like some of the places, and like some of them I've been to in the Bay Area and shit. I always, like, every time it comes up, I like Google to make sure it's still around, dude.
Yeah. Yep. No, I definitely feel on that. Try Bobby's Triple Threat. Ooh, and Brooke Williamson. Chef's kiss. She's fine.
I love cooking. There's a lot of good cooking shows on Netflix too.
Yep.
I started watching a new show on Netflix, so Ben, called Who is Aaron Jones?
Who is Aaron Jones? Okay.
Great show, dude. Great show.
We just have a new season of The Mandalorian just came out too.
Nobody watches that shit.
Oh, everybody watches that shit.
Except for me. Bro, dude, I don't hate Star Wars, dude. It's just there's so much Star Wars, and everyone's like, you know, there's the 6 movies or 9 movies, however many there are now, and then there's like Clone Wars, and then there's Mandalorian. Everyone's like, oh, you gotta watch.
Fucking great, man.
You gotta watch them all to know what's going on. I'm like, dude, it's just too much, bro. Like, the fuck?
You definitely don't. But
like, I've never even seen an episode of Game of Thrones yet, dude. I'm probably the only person on the planet.
Yeah, I watched like the first 4 seasons of Game of Thrones and then stopped. So, there's just too much shit going on during that time. Like,
there's just a lot of good shows now, dude.
Yep.
You know, it's tough to get around to them, but I always like talking about what's going on with the television shows. Probably gonna be a while since we get new shows with the strike going on and stuff.
Yeah.
But man, Ben, it's great being here. Always a fun time.
Always fun, yep.
We'll be back Tuesday to break down MLB preview and picks for Wednesday. And then myself and AK and maybe Irv will be back on Wednesday. We'll be talking about college football week 1 preview. And we got to start talking about NFL too. We got NFL week 1 coming up, Ben.
Yeah, it's going to be fun.
NFL week 1 is coming up. I got a survivor pool I got to prepare for. So excited for that, man. Excited for this football season, especially excited for college football. And I'm definitely excited for the playoff run here in baseball, man. I'm very stoked for how this goes. So for everyone out there, thank you for hanging out with us. Make sure to follow us on YouTube, youtube.com/@taproomsportspodcast, twitch.tv/taproomsportspodcast. Make sure to download the Sharps app. You can get it on your iPhone or Android. Track your bets. Use promo code JORD517. Lock it in. start becoming a better. For Big Ball and Ben Larson, I'm Jordan Stacks on Stacks on Stacks, lads. We are out. Peace.
Have a good Labor Day, everybody.
Forgot about Labor Day.